1 second.
Where's the hey friends?
I'm doing it. I've got an issue I need to resolve.
Are hay friends like scarecrows?
I like the way you're thinking. There we go. Sorry, I had
Or
a YouTube,
horses.
I had a YouTube video playing and I couldn't find the tab to make it stop.
That was pretty dumb.
Yeah, I'm not smart, Kane. You should know that by now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot about you I'm sure we don't know.
That's true. I'm full of secrets and mysteries.
And semen.
Yeah.
Mysterious secrets.
Oh, I thought you were going to say mysterious semen.
It's not a mystery. We know where it came from.
That's true.
But the contents of your semen is a bit mysterious.
No, I mean, it's...
I'm going to start the actual intro now.
Yeah,
That's
do the
cool.
thing.
Yeah. Hello.
Sure.
God damn it. It's like working with Chris. Hello, friends. Welcome to Brainworms, the podcast that probably won't give you parasites. We can legally say that, right?
I would agree.
I don't know if legal is a part of it. Because we are brainworms.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I mean, it's kind of in the name.
Yeah, by listening to this podcast, you absolve Brainworms presents of any responsibility for any parasites that you might find in your brain, blood, or stool as a result of listening.
Don't forget the heart.
Or yeah, definitely that's a possibility.
Why are we here, Joe? Why did you summon us?
Like existentially, like what's the purpose of life and existence? Because I'm not qualified to even start to answer
No,
that.
like why are JD and I here right now?
Because we are beginning the second half of our natural...
The second course?
The second course, yeah.
Very nice.
Of our Natural Harvest episode, in which the cast of Brainworms and our +1 dinner date, Jay Delicious,
That's me.
will have prepared for you a 5-course meal.
Where the hell is Chris and David?
They're jacking off on some sandwiches. They'll be back.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's all fine. They'll be here when we need them.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I guess let's talk about food items that have jizz in them.
We will do that, but real quick, if you're listening to this in the month of June, we have something very special to make you aware of.
What is it, Joe?
We are raising money for Transform Cincy, a wonderful organization that provides wardrobe choices for trans and gender nonconforming youth in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati,
Wow.
like WKRP.
In Cincinnati.
We are taking donations via our Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/brainwormspodcast. But if you want to go where the real fun is, you can go to twitch.tv/count_cannula, where Kane is live streaming spooky games, antics, shenanigans,
Singing of songs.
singing of songs.
The telling of stories.
He's like your fun internet grandpa gathering you around the campfire.
It's true. All of the tales that are being told are right off the cuff, too.
It's true, yeah. And he smells like cabbage, like a grandfather should.
No, I smell like Werther's original.
Oh, right.
And Drakkar Noor.
Yeah, he actually really does. Some high karate.
Nice. That's a deep cut. This will culminate in the most exciting / horrifying thing I think we've ever done. A live reading of Chuck Tingle's novella, Straight, with the Brainworms crew. Again on twitch.tv/count_cannula on Thursday, the 24th of June. And it's going to be a big fucking party, and we're doing it live. We're probably going to embarrass the shit out of ourselves.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're very professional.
I've never embarrassed myself ever.
Or your friends.
I don't know if that's
Kane's
true.
never embarrassed a friend.
Kane, do you care to comment?
About what?
Whether or not you've embarrassed either yourself or your friends in recent memory.
Oh, I've probably embarrassed my friends.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all happening. And you can find out about
Our incentives.
our incentives. Yeah, they're fun goals. It's all very exciting.
And you can find all of that at twitch.tv/count_cannula.
It's true. And because I'm obligated to say this every episode, if you want to dig into the real meat and guts of Brainworms Presents, into the creamy center, you can go to WeGiveYouBrainworms.com. You can support the show on Patreon. We're supported by viewers like you. You can jump into our Funky Fresh Discord where we will...
Well, so we need to clarify some things, all right?
Okay.
This is important that you know as a listener. So the first night of the live stream, was there was some issues with some douches. We moved past it pretty quickly, but all of the links to all of the Discords are now held pretty much specifically by Discord mods until the month of June is over, until we're done with the charity stream.
Yeah.
So as far as jumping into our Discord, you will have to go to my Twitch stream.
Yeah.
You don't even have to stay in there long. You could literally show up, go, hey, I'm a brainworm. Give me them Discord links.
Right. That usually starts 8 p.m. Eastern time, some days of the week.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
Right on what he said. So yeah, just jump in there. I'll probably be in chat. During this event, I'm trying to constantly hang out in Kane's Twitch chat and be a friendly person and, interact. So yeah, definitely jump into one of those places. I don't know, whatever. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Nope, I'm good.
Yep.
Cool.
Settled.
Thank you for waiting patiently through our shilling. On with the show.
Well,
Yep.
I think it's time to put up or shut up.
Yeah.
All right, let's make our meal.
Yeah. Our listeners, we've each selected a dish from this recipe book, which we will read to you. And then it's going to be a lovely multi-course meal that we'll have prepared for you.
If you would like to make these dishes at home, please send pictures of the meals, the completed meals.
Yeah, not the ingredients.
Yeah, not the making of the meals. Unless you want to send them directly to
Me.
the Butcher Block Horror Podcast Instagram, where JD will see them.
Yeah.
Along with boils, rashes, and
Joe, help me find a sex, Joe. Come on.
we should also remind them to acquire consent if they're having guests.
It's true.
Indeed.
Yeah,
It's very important.
consent is king.
It is.
We're just trying to feed people our semen.
We try it so you don't have to. All right, Chris, I believe you've chosen a drink for us.
Yeah,
I could use a drink.
Yeah. Not this one, I don't think.
Maybe.
I went with this one because when I was an alcoholic, Chris Schaefer was the person of choice for vodka. So I went with the Almost White Russian. This cocktail was revitalized by Dude in the film The Big Lebowski. 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of coffee liqueur, half an ounce of semen, cream or milk, ice cubes. Pour vodka, semen, and coffee liqueur over ice cubes and top up the glass with milk or cream.
This is gross.
Yeah.
So they mentioned the Big Lebowski, and in the movie, he keeps referring to the drink as Caucasians.
Mhm.
Yeah, hey, Jackie, make me another Caucasian.
Right.
And just a cutaway in my head of fucking the dude. Can I get another Caucasian? And just over the shoulder, just a line of large black men. Sorry. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know why.
weird
Know
place.
what to do
Yeah.
with what you just said.
Yeah.
It's a weird place to go, David.
But it really just, it changes the flavor of the whole drink.
Okay.
All right, is that all of your drink description, Chris?
Yeah, it's like not even a paragraph.
Yeah, some of these recipes are pretty short. I'm trying to imagine the consistency of that.
Oh, the picture looks awful. If you didn't talk about semen for 24 hours and put this drink in front of someone, then oh yeah, that looks nice. But yeah, no, if you mention semen 5 hours before serving this, it's no.
And it uses half an ounce. That's half of a shot glass that you're just dumping on top of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our drink is going to be the Almost White Russian. You know what? We need an appetizer.
We're starting with a nice creamy drink. We're sharing it across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. JG, what are we having for apps?
An appetizer, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like an appetizer.
Okay, I can help you. So the appetizer of my delight here would be the man-made oysters.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so just a little context, an oyster, the mollusk found in brackish waters. High in zinc, so, it's going to boost your immune system to a degree. Pairs well with a champagne if you're not feeling the White Russian. Or a margarita.
Sure.
well, I mean, we're going to have to do the White Russian because that's what this is.
That's the meal that we prepared.
Fair enough. But I was just thinking, bright, crisp, dry flavors. Anyway, love them or hate them, I'm talking about oysters. So yeah, oysters are so beautiful. It's a shame to throw away the shells after just one meal. Re-savor the feeling of a silky, succulent oyster slipping down your throat by using the shells as a semen serving dish.
This is actually a fucking brilliant concept.
That's why it shows it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the perfect appetizer if you would ever wish to ingest some semen.
See, David, you say brilliant, but this is making me look at my bottle opener and wondering if I can kill myself with it.
I mean, have you ever had raw oysters?
No.
Well, this is not a stretch.
Yeah, it makes sense.
This one's not a reach.
I see what he's doing.
It's the booger of the ocean. It's already very gelatinous and gooey, and so I feel like the textures are in line with one another.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and drop back into this recipe.
Yes, please. Please do.
So first, you take cleaned oyster shells, chilled fresh semen, the more the better, ice, lemon and pepper as garnish.
Uh-huh.
So first you clean the oyster shells in cold water. Do not use soap because the soap could end up tainting your flavors.
That makes sense. You don't want soapy oysters.
You would not want that, no. Semen or no semen. Soapy oysters, no. Anyway, the shells easily absorb the nasty taste of soap, so yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Spoon the chilled fresh semen into each shell, and then serve simply on ice or with just a squeeze of fresh lemon and maybe a grind of black pepper. Here's the chef's note. The true semen connoisseur might forgo the lemon and pepper in favor of the non-adulterated semen flavor.
So just to clarify, we're not using the semen to enhance the oysters.
No.
We're just wanking into the oyster shells and slurping it right down.
Yeah.
Yep, you're basically just sucking down a load.
So,
Chuck 'em,
on an
shuck 'em,
oyster shell.
and suck 'em.
That's right.
so for some reason, like listening to this explanation, like the 1-2 how guide,
Mhm.
made me think of what if we wrote the world's worst how-to book that explains how to do very simple things that everyone can already accomplish in overly complicated comedic fashion.
Is
Like masturbating into oyster shells?
Yes.
We'll come back to that.
Masturbating into oyster shells?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We'll come back to that, Chris. You keep that on the back burner, buddy.
So you just, and I I always like, yeah, I get it. They're slimy. You take it right down your throat. It's a briny, slimy, oceany experience. I get it.
Sure.
But this is not that.
Well, I think the shell influences the flavor of the semen to a degree.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it gives
an
it that.
absorbent,
Right.
material, and of course because it's already brined through the brackish waters that oysters exist in,
Sure.
you're gonna to a degree influence the flavor of the semen just
Well, yeah.
and I think that's where they're coming from.
Yeah, it is.
That's what they're coming on.
All right, you guys just beat my joke to death.
They do that to you too? Oh, thank God. I thought I was alone.
Yeah, a little bit.
I just can't, I can't stop looking at that picture.
Yeah, that's I was about to
Yeah.
talk about that, David. Like looking at the photo, it's just a bunch of oyster shells that someone has dumped cum into.
That is precisely, that is the recipe. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
that's
add
what
a
it
little
is.
salt and lemon. It's
There it
just
is.
come in an oyster shell.
And a visual note here for the listeners who don't have this open in front of them. I almost feel like we should give people the link to this so they could
Yeah, I'll
take
put
the
a link in the
visuals in.
description. I can do that.
Perfect. So I'm looking at this photo of several oyster shells, half shelled, whatever. And that is a copious amount of semen. That is more semen than...
Yeah.
That's at least 3 months worth of storing it in the freezer. That's what that is.
It kind of looks like they're sat in some kind of butter sauce, maybe?
They didn't mention it.
That's the top photo. You need to scroll down, Joe.
There
to
are
see-
more.
Oh, to the close-up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much. It's like they spread it.
Right. The top photo is different. That
yeah,
is
the top photo looks like actual oysters.
That's
Those are
mussels.
Yeah,
mussels.
that might just be a
Those are
stock
mussels. Oysters
Yeah.
and mussels are different types of mollusk.
Sure.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking he was just being really frugal here. And I went and got oysters and had them as a meal. And then why not
And then masturbated in the
reuse
shells.
the container?
Sure.
But no, that was mussels.
Yeah.
And good on him for appetizers of the sea, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, you know,
So if you threw a party where you were going to serve this as an appetizer, you would almost need everyone at the party to participate in loading these shells.
You would almost absolutely need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you wanted it
Right.
to be fresh.
Fresh but chilled.
And it would have to be a lot of people, though. We're talking you're going to need probably like 20.
Right.
To match the quantity pictured, absolutely. Yeah, every friend that you can harness to...
Harness is a usage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the picture looks
Right.
like he put a spoonful of Crisco in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure I could reliably fill like 3 of these over the course of a day.
Sure.
I mean, that's not an appetizer. That's just a tease.
Guys, I've got the answers to all your issues.
Right.
Well,
So-
I will say this. We've enjoyed
Fuck you, Chris.
a fresh, delicious, almost
Wait, hold
white
on,
Russian.
hold on. Chris has been trying to get to wedge a point in.
Yeah, I know, Joe. I know exactly what Chris is trying to do, and I am trying to stop him at the pass.
Okay,
Like
so
Gandalf and the fucking Balrog, all right?
Just let him get the
Followed
tip
by
in.
an appetizer.
okay, so like I think it's like in France mostly where oysters are considered like a romantic thing.
Wee wee.
Well, it's not just in France, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's a pretty
All right,
universal.
so then you invite all these people over, you serve them actual clams, and or then you say like, hey, hold on to your oyster shells. We're all just had a romantic meal.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an interactive.
It's-
Exactly.
Right. So
that's either the right or the wrong kind of party.
Yeah. All right, Kane, what's our entree?
we've enjoyed a nice, delicious, almost white Russian
Yep.
while we were enjoying some man-made
Delighted
oysters.
by appetizers.
Yeah, the appetizer. Now we're
Slurping
now
them
we're
down.
fully hungry, and it's time for us to jump into a veal scallopini. The citrus and semen scallopini sauce perfectly matches the delicate taste and texture of veal. In Italy, the scallopine sauce is poured over the meat immediately before serving, often right at the dinner table. For a luxurious Mediterranean touch, serve the veal wrapped in prosciutto with creamy mashed potatoes. If you have ample amounts of semen, you can add it to the creamy mashed potatoes.
Oh man,
So it's a cummy mashed potato.
Come mashed potatoes.
Served in a jar, right?
No, it's not served in a jar. You can't reference the Chris.
I can reference our
Shut
D&D
up, Chris.
games.
Shut up, Chris. We're making dinner.
Would you guys have been upset if instead of a scallopini sauce, he had said a scallopina sauce?
I think he's better than that.
Okay.
JD.
All right. Well, I'm not apparently.
That would just diminish the whole experience.
Speaking
you know,
of
that's-
diminishing, I would like to talk about my fucking main course. All right, this is
Please,
Yeah, hold on, Will.
continue,
Hold on. Because I'm offended on the behalf of this veal and prosciutto for being debased in this way.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I feel like the veal and the prosciutto, they're not really being fucked with. It's just the sauce, the scallopini sauce.
But the sauce is going on to the veal and the prosciutto, David.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah, but you don't have any issue with the creamy mashed potatoes?
No, I mean, fuck potatoes. Potatoes are fine.
But the way that veal's made. What he's saying
Yeah,
is
and it-
all of that suffering that goes to this.
Just, nice cuts of meat just being this madness is offensive to me.
I make you a nice meal and you just come all over it.
Well, if you have ample amounts of semen, you can add it to the creamy mashed potatoes. We have 1 pound of veal escallops,
Mm-hmm.
3 to 4 tablespoons of butter, juice from 1 lemon, not 2, but 1
Just
lemon, 1 tablespoon of semen, 2 to 3 tablespoons of dry white wine, flour, salt and white pepper, chopped parsley. Start by pressing the lemon juice into the semen. It doesn't matter if it is lumpy, since the mixture will be added to warm ingredients just before serving. Dust the veal
Pressing.
with flour and
Just
saute
jabbing it
in
in
butter
there with your
for about
fingies.
30 seconds on each side. Remove the heat and add more butter.
Remove
When the butter
meat.
gets hot, add the wine. Quickly reduce the sauce and add the salt, pepper, and parsley. Remove from heat and add the citrus semen. While very hot and foaming, pour the sauce over the veal.
Foaming. This is gross.
I mean, is it?
Yeah,
So I'm a little disappointed
Mm-hmm.
because I was expecting this is just a commentary on his writing.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that the sauces,
Mhm.
because we're not going to be using scallopini on our veal.
Scalapinas.
But, well, no, we're just not using that sauce because we have another sauce that
It's true.
we're going to be using.
No. I think we're going to pour our sauce on top of the scallopini.
Why would we do that?
It's like a medley of flavors, Kane.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Just a confusion of flavors.
Why wouldn't he instead have, with sauces, have made meals that paired well?
With his pre-existing sauces.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that we're not going to be using the scallopini sauce.
That makes sense. I see where you're coming from. I gotcha.
Am I
I think we
losing
should dump
my
our
mind?
sauce
What are
on
you guys
top of
talking
the
about?
scallopini sauce.
All right, David, you know what? Let's just move on.
Well, I feel like it's important to have options. So you could have your veal scallopini, or you could have your veal with a just lovely lime aioli.
See, I think that sounds better, actually.
Sure.
Aioli, of course, is a wonderful sauce packed full of calories and smelly garlic. The lime gives the sauce a nice zesty kick, and the semen flavor meshes nicely with the garlic and olive oil base.
All right, yeah.
Don't try to hurry the procedure, since it takes time and a lot of wrist action to absorb the oil into the egg.
Womp, 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 womp.
Now, what you're going to need, you need yourself 1 head of garlic,
Sure.
All right, what is a head of garlic?
a full bulb, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, not just a clove. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bulb. I don't know why he called it a head.
Yeah, why wouldn't you say one garlic bulb?
Then,
Yeah, I've usually heard bulb, yeah.
I know why you said head.
Do you think it's just that he wanted to get head in
Of
there?
all the puns he could have made, this was the one he went for.
2 egg yolks, just the yolks.
Sure.
We've got a replacement for the egg whites.
Right.
1 to 3 tablespoons of fresh semen.
That is so much semen.
That's so much.
That's a lot of semen. A pinch of coarse sea salt.
Why have one of those tablespoons come from a sailor?
1.5 cup of quality olive oil.
Sure.
Juice from 1 lime. And 1 to 2 teaspoons of water. It's important to keep yourself hydrated.
If you want to make a lot of semen.
Yeah. 1 to 3 tablespoons worth.
Start the preparation by making sure all ingredients are at room temperature. If you're using frozen semen...
Which I'd like to interrupt again. You're definitely using frozen semen to make this.
Not if you got a couple of people pitching in the morning.
Yeah, if you've got friends pitching in.
God damn it. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
Start the preparation by making sure all ingredients are at room temperature. If you're using frozen semen, make sure that it is thawed completely before beginning. Don't be afraid of using larger amounts of semen, since this only intensifies the sauce's appeal.
Oh, man.
Crush the garlic along with the salt to obtain a smooth paste.
I just got an incredibly vivid mental image of just a container, like a little, my imagination gave me like a hospital sample cup.
Oh, God.
So do what you want with that. Of frozen semen just sat on a counter, and what that's going to look like as it slowly goes from a frozen state to a gelatinous state.
I feel like it's just going to go straight to liquid. Like, once the semen's melted, it's not going to recoagulate.
The solids and the liquids are going to separate. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
You just have to stir it up, Joe.
Crush the garlic
I
along
hate
with the
this.
salt to obtain a smooth paste.
Don't say smooth paste.
Add the raw egg yolks and stir well. Slowly, drop by drop. Add the olive oil to the paste, stirring constantly. When the mixture begins to thicken, the oil can be added faster. When it gets thicker, add the water, and then mix in the remaining oil. Stir in first the lime, and then add the semen. For more semen flavor, use less garlic.
Yeah, so you could use that instead of the scallopini.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see where you're coming from now.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be ruining your veal by disrespecting it with the scallopini sauce. You could put this
Just with
lovely
the aioli sauce.
lime aioli on it.
Yeah, which is a much,
Do you
that
think
makes
it's
sense.
possible to commit suicide by despair?
This isn't that kind of episode, Chris. This is an episode of joy.
This is a celebration, Chris. This is a fancy dinner party.
And also, it's fair to say that we don't know that the scallopini sauce would be, that you would even be in disapproval of it until you've actually tried it.
Right.
I'm sure there are people out there that may approve the flavor. So it's really just a matter of opinion on all of it, really. It's like, you can't say it's disgusting or gross because you don't know.
See, that, like, the way you guys are talking about this is making me think of, like, we drink the Kool-Aid and, like, hey, we're gonna have our own semen eating party. And we send out, like, thousands of invites, and the only people that show up are us and one other person dressed as Sonic the Hedgehog that no one invited, and we don't know how he knew to come here.
Wait, dressed as who? Did you say Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
That was really good.
All right, well, we've had our drink,
Yeah.
we've had our appetizer, and we've had an oh-so-filling and delicious main course.
Yeah.
With extra special sauce.
With some extra special sauce. You know what I could go for? I think I could go for some dessert. David, what about you? Do you think you could go for dessert?
I could murder a dessert right now.
JD, Chris,
Yeah,
what are we doing? What are we doing? You guys
I'm
want some dessert?
interested in a dessert.
You know what,
let's
Joe?
see what's on the menu.
Joe, I think we want dessert. I think we're going to actually have dessert.
Okay, let's have some.
Serve it up, Joe.
Yeah, we're going to dig into the classic Italian coffee-flavored dessert, tiramisu.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tiramisu is a rich dessert with layers of ladyfinger cookies soaked in a semen espresso cognac concoction with an airy mascarpone and cream filling.
No. Tiramisu is a rich dessert with layers of ladyfinger cookies soaked in an espresso cognac concoction with an airy mascarpone and cream filling. This particular recipe for tiramisu.
That's not what it says.
That's not what it says, David. That's not what it says. It says...
I need to go talk to the owner of every Italian restaurant I've ever been to.
I'm going to sound very Butcher Block horror podcast for a split second, but I think
You're going to tell us about the special effects?
No. If there isn't a horror film called Terror Masu, somebody's missed.
I agree
Agreed.
completely.
And it needs to be
genius.
about a living, not a whole cake, but like a piece of tiramisu cake.
Someone call Full Moon Entertainment.
Yep.
Literally made of lady fingers.
Oh.
There you go.
For whoever can read the chef's note under tiramisu without laughing, I'll kiss you.
I will take that challenge. This recipe calls for 8 ladyfinger cookies, half a cup of espresso, 2 teaspoons sugar, 2 tablespoons cognac, 1 to 2 tablespoons of fresh semen. That's so much.
That's a lot of cum.
That's so much cum.
That's why you have friends.
Yeah, I get by with a little help from my friends.
We broke Chris.
Half a cup of whipping cream.
I thought they already had that whipping cream with the 2 tablespoons of fresh semen.
We're going extra creamy. Extra creamy.
Get it? Because he whipped up the cum. Like whipping cream.
Yeah, but that's a half a cup. That is not 2 tablespoons.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And there's half a cup of mascarpone cheese, which is also a very creamy element.
Nice.
2 tablespoons sugar, 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract. Place a layer of ladyfingers on the bottom of the pan, and let them fully absorb. I hate this. The mixture of semen, sugar, espresso, and brandy. Layer the soaked cakes with the mascarpone cream mixture, either in a pan or in individual glasses. That does sound like a nice presentation.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Garnish with shaved chocolate. This dessert actually gets better if it is made a day in advance and allowed to congeal in the sun. A great variation is to use the semen in the cream instead of soaking the ladyfingers in it.
You know, I'm curious.
Yeah,
Like,
we've broken Chris completely. His mind has unraveled.
because I gotta be honest here, I'm not like chomping at the bit to go jerk off in my kitchen,
Uh-huh.
but
I'm chomping at the bit to jerk off in the kitchen.
well, come on over because I'm gonna need somebody's help.
Funny.
Like,
yeah.
I'm coming over and we're making mini
I got some
omelets.
dishes to prepare.
It's funny you mentioned that, Joe, because I'm actually wanting to go into David's kitchen and jerk off as well.
Oh, wow, we should meet up.
Sweet, we're having a dinner party.
I'm actually jerking off in your kitchens right now.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie, I would try this.
Is this the prequel to Dave Chappelle's Semen Bandit? This is the origin story for his Semen Bandit skit.
All right, what were you saying, David?
I would try these recipes. I would eat these. I would make these dishes for like myself and a trusted loved one who I had an intimate relationship
Sure.
with formal, advance notice and their express enthusiastic consent as well.
Right.
Enthusiastic consent, baby.
But it doesn't squick me. It doesn't bother me. It's just another ingredient.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be the lizard brain, like
I'm a
visceral.
dude. I've masturbated. I've tasted my own cum. Hell, I've sucked somebody's dick.
Sure.
I have eaten cum in the past. Cooking with it isn't really a giant leap.
You're not wrong. There's just something about the idea of incorporating it into food that I do find upsetting.
Yeah, for me, it's any bodily fluid.
Yeah.
I don't want your blood. I don't want your poop. I don't want your pee. I don't want your saliva in my food.
I accidentally came in my own eye once. It burned.
I bet.
I've done that. And it's a weird experience. It's like half blind for like 10 minutes while I got that sorted out.
As soon as the sexual component is removed, the bodily fluid kind of becomes gross to me. Like, think about it in the sense of, like, if you're having passionate sex with someone and you're both sweaty and you could, you lick their neck, and, like, that's not gross. But put a shot of sweat in front of me,
Right.
and, like, drink that. I'm like, like, that, just how sex reduces your ability to feel pain. I think it's something in that ballpark.
Sure. But for me, and I think for a lot of people, semen and really any kind of bodily fluid like that, it has this energy of like, yeah, in the moment we're going to town, get it on me, get it in me, do what you're going to do with it. And then after that, get rid of it. I don't want to see it anymore. And
right, like, here's the towel, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
In its time and place, like, yeah, this is totally sexy. I'm here for this. But then after that moment has passed, then get it out of here.
I think he really got me with the milk though.
Sure.
Because like he's right. Like, sure, we'll add fucking baby cow tit squeezins to any dish we make and never think twice about it. We add fucking unfertilized ovum, a chicken menses, to just about any dish, and that's just fine.
Sure.
But this is coming from a person, so
right.
Possibly
there's
even
a certain taboo almost that almost feels kind of like
almost
you're eating
cannibalistic.
Cannibalistic, like a human on human thing.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. Like, I feel like people they don't take issue with eating or drinking some other animal's body excretions.
Well, I mean, a lot of it for me personally is I know how fucking nasty humans are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where that mouth has been.
Well, it's not even so much that. It's like for the last 13 years, have taken a class that has told me to treat every single human being like a walking petri dish to protect myself from bloodborne pathogens.
Sure.
The idea of throwing that out the window and making myself a meal out of it, it just makes me gag.
Yeah, again, there's no power in the verse that could get me to stop into a restaurant that advertised itself as a semen kitchen.
Right.
I wouldn't pay a stranger to serve me their own spunk. That's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't off-put me to consider doing this. I think I would probably have a real hard time convincing anyone to take me up on a dish that I prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm here for it. All right, Paul.
I think we've got some homework that we're going to need for you to commit to, David.
Yeah.
In the name of science.
In the name of science. I mean,
it might take me a little bit of time. I'm not 15 anymore.
but no, I mean, you've tested out lava soap. You've really experimented with all sorts of ways of getting off. Now we'd like you to bring the project home into completion by taking the spoils of those experiments and making a dish out of it for yourself to consume that you can later tell us how delicious it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I have to make the creamy cum crepes, I guess.
Oh, man.
Are we done reading this, by the way?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with reading. We're just wrapping up.
Okay, I have two things that I need to say. It's very important to me. As I said earlier before, there was one point where I wasn't in control of my drinking. and I've gotten control of it now, and I've never questioned sobering up until today. Secondly, we're doing a special on the Brainworms GoFundMe or whatever it is.
You don't even know what it is.
If you pay us a lot of money, we will stop the podcast.
Yeah, patrons at the $500 and up tier can pay us to not continue to put out episodes.
That's not true.
It's not true. We can't be stopped.
Can't stop, won't stop.
That is correct.
Does anyone else have any parting thoughts?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what just happened.
Well, I mean, you just volunteered to make yourself...
That's the part that upsets me. There was a taboo and I just walked right past it.
You did, and this
Fuck
is
yeah.
going out and being listened to by our tens of fans.
Yeah.
By at least like half a dozen people. Yeah.
Yeah, your reputation forever tarnished.
I would like to add a thank you for inviting me to be a guest on this most educational episode.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot. What to do, what not to do, you know?
Yeah.
But also, like, there's some like, for instance, there's no way I would ever drink that drink.
Sure.
No, that's not gonna happen. But add a little bit of fucking cum into a sauce, might just make it have a little weird flavor.
Right on.
Well, let us know.
Yeah. And there is one of the recipes is for a high protein smoothie, so
There you go. Hey.
that's all incorporated.
Oh, hollandaise sauce. That's lovely.
Oh man, don't like that.
You know, before when I said that this was started out funny and then it just feels sad.
Mhm.
If this book feels so desperate to like normalize this.
I don't feel that
I don't
way.
agree.
No,
I think it
it's-
just seems very genuine.
Yep,
See,
yeah.
I don't get that. It sounds like the writer is trying to convince the world. Like, he wants us to be normal so much.
I mean, it does have that energy.
I mean, he literally says on the back of the book, once again, reiterates that this book hopes to change fact that people don't use semen as food.
Right.
So yeah, that's the mission statement here.
Yeah. I think that he knows that what he's doing is not within the mainstream and it's going to put people off. And he genuinely believes that, no, this is an art form and I want to share it with people.
It's also coming to our culture at a difficult time for animal products, and being that we are animals, you know, there's this hard push toward veganism and eating a plant-based diet. So I feel like there's a lot of contention here with adding an ingredient that some people may think of a bit as a taboo.
Mm-hmm.
And then also with that whole thing going on, you know, it may actually just be coming at a trying time for that sort of product.
Sure, I get that.
Yeah, you're right. This book is revolutionary. The problem with America is that we've become complacent.
You just did that just so you could say complacent.
And become.
I wasn't talking.
All right, I think that the actual smart thing that JD said is a good parting thought.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you enjoyed what you just heard, go to WeGiveYouBrainworms.com.
And therapy.
And maybe talk to someone because there's something wrong with you. Where you can find our Patreon, you can help support the show. You can also find a link to our partner project, the Butcher Block Horror Podcast, which is where we kidnapped JD from.
Once you took the blindfold off and walked me from the back of the van, I felt very welcomed.
Exactly.
Yeah, speaking of that, Joe, I'm going to need you to put the blindfold back on it because I have a furnace that is finally turning on again.
Yeah, JD, we're going to have to, we can just hit you in the back of the head with a pipe if you want, and then you can just have a nice nap, and
That's
you'll
fine.
wake up where you belong in the morning. Is that okay?
I get in where I fit in, you know?
Yeah, so go to that website. If you're a YouTube listener, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, click the bell. I believe that's it. Thank you for listening. We're very sorry.
We're pretty sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Meh. I don't feel a lot.
We're also grateful for your patronage.
it's true. All right, I'm going to push the button. This has been a production of Brainworms Podcast. Any copyrighted content contained within is used for purposes of review. Brainworms Podcast is David Combs, Kane Magdalene, Christian Schaefer, and Joseph Wells. The theme music is Hodgepod No. 1 by Brian Davis. If you like what you heard, you can support us and learn about our other projects at WeGiveYouBrainworms.com or by leaving a review on your favorite listening app.
Savor the feeling of a silky, succulent oyster slipping down your throat.
Extra creamy.
Womp, 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 womp.